Usually I know the titles of my videos before I even start making them, but this I don't know because I know what this video is going to be about. This video is going to be about impact play. This video is going to be about when to properly use it, or like when to properly hit your partner in the bedroom. I don't know. I might want to make this a series though. I might make this a series on like how to like properly train your brat, how to properly train your sub or whatever the case may be, and then it'll be like dot dot impact play. We don't know yet. We don't know yet, but this video is going to be about impact play. For those of you that don't know what impact play is, all impact play is consensually striking your partner in the bedroom. Mark, what do you mean striking? Whether it's like, spanking, hitting, that would be considered impact play. And once again, people, what's important is consensual. All right, you two talk about it beforehand. There should never be a point in time where you two haven't talked about. Okay, there should never be a point in time where you decide, you know what, I want to try something new. This is what I'm going to try, and you just randomly hit your partner, strike your partner. That's not what we're doing. Have the conversation beforehand. Now, the most common thing, like if we're talking like impact play, the most common thing is spanking, right? From my experience, I want to say like if women do like impact play, 99% of them are like spank me, right? That's very common. But there are also going to be some women out there who like getting hit in the face, that like their boobs getting slapped, that like their thighs getting slapped, or whatever the case may be. Those would also be considered impact play. But I would say the most common places would be, spanking, which is the butt, and then the face. Now, with that being said, before I get into like how and when to properly strike your partner, spank your partner, we need to talk about the different levels to striking, the different levels to spanking. Okay, it's the same with choking. With choking, there was 4 levels. You ask your partner which level she is. That way, you know, you don't bore her by choking her too lightly, and then you don't hurt her or make her uncomfortable by choking her too hard. Same thing with impact play. There are going to be women out there that want to have bruises after the wrestling match, after you two have sex. And then there are going to be women that don't like that. There are going to be women that's like, no, keep things light. I'm not the biggest fan of pain. And there are going to be women like, oh my God, I love pain. Like, yes, I've yet to meet a guy that like has made me something that's very common that I get is like, I've yet to meet a guy that's like made me be like, nope, it's too much, it's too hard, whatever the case may be. Like, you'll have those kind of women. Make sure you talk to them and discuss. Okay, awesome, you like getting spanked. Awesome, you like getting slapped. How hard? You want bruises? What's going on? And guess what? There's gonna be some women that are like, okay, listen, if you're gonna slap me in the face, don't do it hard. Be gentle. I want a nice little tap. I don't want nothing that's gonna stun me. And then you're gonna have women that be like, rock my shit. You gonna have women that's like, yo, rock my shit. Like, what are you doing? Make sure you have that conversation with them. All right, because once again, if you hit them too hard, you know, there are going to be consequences. Maybe legally, but there are going to be consequences. And if it's too light, they're going to get bored. So just watch out for that. Spanking is the same way. Some women are like, yes, bruise my ass. Some women be like, no, I just want a light tap. Like, I'm not like, I don't like pain. I just want to be able to feel it. I don't want it to sting or nothing. Others like it. So that's where I'm going with that. All right. Now, and there's someone that like their thigh slap, boob slap, whatever the case may be. Regardless, have that conversation with them. Now that we know that, that you know how to have that conversation, let's talk about the appropriate times to hit your partner in the bedroom. Oh, that might actually be the title. So, the appropriate time to hit your partner, parentheses, in the bedroom. Or, yeah, parentheses, in the bedroom. Or it might just be Brat Taming 101 Impact Play. Y'all can let me know in the comment section. I can change the title whenever I want to, respectfully. So, I mean, we might try one thing. Who knows? Um, so a lot of the times, and once again, I've told y'all this. I've gone to sex parties. I've I've watched other people have sex, and I've talked to women. I've had these conversations with them, and most of the time the impact play tends to be very random. Like there's no purpose to hitting besides just hitting. And you can do that, right? There's nothing. If she likes getting spanked and you just want to randomly spank her, you just give her back shots, and you be like, dang, her ass look fat. You want to slap it, go ahead, do that. But for me personally, I have like I have like rules when like I'm engaging with my subs. I have rules when I'm like um inside the bedroom, outside the bedroom with my partner, like. And I think I've already made a video about like how it's really important to have a system. It's really important to have rules to like train your brat, train your sub. But one of the ways to like really correct bad behaviors, really a good way to teach them, a way to like train them, is to use impact play, right? So like I don't just randomly strike my partners in the bedroom. It's usually when I'm telling them to do something. It's like when I'm telling them to do something, when I'm being vocal about something, or if they break a rule, right? I'll give you an example of all three. So breaking the rule. I'm really big on eye contact. You guys, if you guys watch my video, you guys know I love eye contact. One of my rules is while you're coming, I need you to look me in the eyes. It's that simple. While you're finishing, I need you to look me in the eye. And while I was in missionary, she told me that she was about to finish, but she was not looking at me. You know the rules. When you're finishing, when you're about to finish, I need you here. Right? They say eyes is the window to the soul. I want that. I want that connection while you fin. And I feel like it makes the experience of your partner finishing a million times better, a million times more intimate, I feel like way closer, and I want that closeness. So yeah, she wasn't looking at me. So I slapped her. I like corrected her, just hit her right here. Um, Now she didn't want to be slapped hard. She said she liked the idea. She told me she was okay with me slapping her in the face, but she didn't want to be hard. So it was just a nice little light tap. I said, "Baby girl, look at me while you finish." She looked at me. She was getting close, and then her eyes started going somewhere. Her eyes were like going in like the back of her head a little bit. So I hit her again. I said, "Look at me," and then she looked at me, and we're here now. Now she's finishing. We're looking each other in the eye. But that's just an example of me using impact play to correct bad behavior. And then during aftercare, she was like, I've never had a guy do that to me before. That was the hottest thing I'd ever experienced. And it's just like, you gotta understand that when a woman tells you she wants to give you control, when she wants to give you the power, or whatever the case may be, the way to really establish that dynamic is with rules, right? Is with correcting behaviors. They want to listen. Yes, brats do get off on like not listening, but also the idea of you putting them in their place also turns them on as well, right? So another example of like me just so I gave you the breaking the rules. I said me telling them to do something, right? Or just me telling them something in general, right? So like I was given once again, not once again, but I was given the sub back shots, giving her back shots, And I'm not gonna lie to you, the she was double cheeked up. She was double cheeked up, and she was hitting the gym. She was like, I'm gonna hit the gym. I'm gonna get this butt. I'm gonna get this ass fat for you, whatever the case may be. So like during back shots, I was like, yo ass fat. I didn't say that, but I thought it. I was like, damn, her ass fat. So while I was clapping, when I was giving her back shots, I just gave her a spank, both sides. I was just like, you getting your ass fat for daddy? And she was like, yes. And I was like, nah, And I slapped her again. I said, you getting your ass fat for that? And she's like, yes, daddy, I'm getting it fat for you. Because once again, another rule is like, you gotta like, I don't do the whole, like, if you're gonna say yes, yes, daddy, I prefer like sentences. It's a whole thing. But yeah, it was just me just spanking her, just talking to her. Hey, you getting that ass fat from me? Yes, I am, daddy. I can tell. I'm proud of you. Gave her a nice little two more slaps, like on the cheeks or whatever. And it's just like, that's an example of like her not breaking any rules, but just me talking to her. That's just me talking to her. Impact play, whatever the case may be. I think that's really about it. I think that's really it. You can also do it in like, I know this is gonna sound really confusing because I said you can use it as like a punishment or whatever the case may be, but like um I just in that instance I used it as praise. I hope you guys aren't getting confused by that. Of like, when to use it as punishment, when to use it as praise, or whatever the case may be. And it really depends on the dynamic. But my rule of thumb is this: in the bedroom, usually there needs to be actions before you say anything. So notice how when she wasn't looking at me and I told her to look at me, she got slapped. Notice how when I noticed that, she was making progress in the gym and I wanted to like, give her some like I wanted to praise her for like doing so, I also slapped her. I'm never really like just talking and not having some kind of like impact play that follows after or before it. If that I'm making sense. Um Also, something else. You don't have to like, just because I say, me personally, this is how I do it. You don't got to do it like that. You do not. I don't want y'all thinking this. I got to do it like Mark. No, you do not. You can have your own systems in play. You can have your own rules in place, and you can decide when you want to hit your partner. Maybe I'm trying to think of something that I don't do that y'all can do. Like maybe I don't know. Maybe you could shit. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I can only tell you guys what I do. I'm trying to like think of other things, but honestly, we haven't been having that much sex recently. If I'm being honest with you, we have not been having that much sex recently. So, and when I start having sex again more frequently, then that's when I'll really be able to like, okay, guys, I'm not going to take as long to give you guys examples, and I'm not going to take as like long to like think of things or whatever the case may be, because it's going to be happening, so I can just go ahead. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've had sex, and then the time before that was even longer. And then the time before that was even longer. We out here. We are out here. But um yes, the rule of thumb for the most part when it comes to striking your partner is use the correct behaviors, or you can use it like to praise your partner. And most importantly, it really helps to be vocal. You want that extra stimulus. Honestly, it makes the experience better. Um, and if you want to do it randomly, you can do that as well. So like to his or own, but you could add that. Like I said, you very much could add that to your. Excuse me, you could add that to your arsenal. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. Let me know in the comment sections if you like this video. Let me know in the comment section what you think a good title would be, because I do read you guys' comments. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't read my TikTok comments. I don't read my Instagram comments, because it's like that's a whole different beast in itself. But the YouTube comments, love it. I can read you guys' comments all day. I honestly could. So I really do appreciate you guys. There's a bell. Go ahead and click the bell. That way you know when I'm posting and whatnot. Because I do post every day. So subscribe if you're not already. I appreciate y'all. We out here.